be speaking.
Hi, this is Chad Hanna with the Reach Estate team. We are here with Stacy Farber, who is going to talk a little bit on KV Core to the Make It Rain part of our campaign making. Thank you for helping all of us.
Sure. What I've liked about the Make It Rain is it is an EXP thing that is linked with KV Core. So in other words, I'm doing the $250 a month for 3 months. Now that's max, so if you don't get as many leads, you're not going to be charged as much. So what happens when you get the lead, it's going to come into your KV Core. And I found that we're out showing property, we're with the kids, we're doing whatever we're doing, we're not sitting by the computer waiting for the leads. But they need to be handled immediately, because they say within 4 seconds they're expecting, to hear from somebody in some way or another. So what I've done is I've gone in and I cloned a campaign. It was a buyer campaign. Actually, my husband did it, so I won't be able to tell you exactly how to do it. But so what happens is immediately they're going to get an email from me, okay, and a text. And it's going to say, hey, let me see if it's going to let me look at it. And then what I did was, it says start when, and Make It Rain, when they come in, they already have hashtag EXP leads. So I put here, I wanted to start when a hashtag EXP leads comes in. So immediately they're going to get an email from me. So that gives me time to get back home, whatever I was doing, and then follow up with a call if there's a phone number. Sometimes there's not a phone number, so they're only going to get the email. So, but then immediately, once I know they're in there, I'm going to go back. Show you here. I'll go to my dashboard because I got a couple new ones. I think Mike Dobbs is a new one. Okay, so I'm going to get immediately, here you go. It says new lead, source MIR. Okay, so I'm going to go up there. I'm going to go to his profile. And if you look over here, summary. He's looked at 3 properties. He signed up on the 8th. And right here, Mike was generated by Make It Rain. And up here, I don't have to put the hashtag, but I will. But he was immediately contacted. And this is the email that went out to him as soon as he came on. Hi, this is Stacy Farber with EXP. I saw you wanted more, so I'm pulling that information together as quickly as I can, if there's anything. And I put it that way, more personalized, because it sounded so generic the way they have it.
But meanwhile, you're out and about doing things.
It's all automated.
And okay, so as soon as he likes something, you're like, oh, I see you like that. Let me know, da-da-da, so you don't
He
even
just came from nowhere, and then he's automatically put in
Make It Rain.
on your campaign.
Well, what I did was I went to the default buyer campaign.
And Make It Rain, or the campaign.
No, I have.
I'm getting too confused. I have to.
No, don't worry. No. What I did was I went to the marketing autopilot. Okay, and I will find out more about this because I watched it. My husband actually helped me do it. But what I did was I took it from the core library. I added it to mine. See campaign name, like you did it? I took this conversion default and I made it the way I wanted to. So I cloned it. And I did email 1, call 1, text 1, call 2, text 2, call 3. So I did all that, and he did it, he said, by cloning it. So,
so you clone the automated, the
I
one that's
cloned
already
the
made,
campaign, and then I edit it.
Tailored it.
You have to clone and then edit it. It literally only took really an hour. But once you do that, you're done. You could do it for realtors. Let's say, you know, if you're attracting realtors that you've met, you know,
Right.
Mm.
stuff like that. I mean, but, so then what happens is, I go back to my dashboard to Mike, and because he's set up, that, and then the next thing I do after I get home, I can see what he's been looking at. Types of properties. And it'll even do the summary, where it'll say 3 properties, mostly 1.5 bath for 337. So now I'm gonna go up to the alerts, which I've already done. So the next thing I do is he gets alerts from me daily, based on the summary of he's looking for. And if you see here, this one, January 10th, I didn't send this. The system sent it to him because he's set up on alerts. So let's view the email he got. Hi, I mean, look at how professional this is. Once you have them set up on alerts, tell me that it's not professional.
That is wonderful. Now, is this something that also takes place in the squeeze page mechanisms and things when you set up a lead?
If they come in, now I've got it set up that they could see the property that I have advertised. But if they want to see more, because if what happens is when they come in, they're being brought to your website. So they're seeing the property that you did, but on the side they're saying like property to keep them going on your site. So I let them see that because I don't want to be mean and do a bait and switch type thing. Let them see that. But if once they click over to one of these other properties, they're going to have to put their information in. Once they do that, they're in just like the Make It Rain.
Okay.
They're in your KV Core, whatever information they gave you. And what is wonderful is they will check, usually, if you see, they validate. Validation run, KV Core does that automatically to check the email and the phone number. Mail, you know. And you see right here, it says contact met, hashtag ISEXP, and was assigned campaign Make It Rain not talk to. Meaning, I know KV Core is going to come at all hours. So odds are I will not have talked to them. So they get that immediately. I didn't do that. That was at 8:30 at night on June 8th.
Beautiful.
Can you explain to me the difference between Make It Rain and a campaign?
Make It Rain is lead generation.
Got it.
Campaign is, so in other words, Make It Rain is through XP. They're doing Google searches. They're doing Google things. Hey, Stacy Lee Farber, Boynton Beach, whatever zip code I picked, they're doing a Google ad, and don't recreate the wheel. I don't do my own hair. I'm not doing my own nails. They can do ads. Okay. And then what happens is it goes into KV Core immediately. You get notified by text, email, and then what happens is it'll automatically, let's say you didn't set up the campaign. It would automatically, at least I had it set up, that they'd get the default buyer, which isn't so, I mean, it's fine. It's just generic.
And then you have an email and a text.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
No.
each campaign you can go in and personalize
Yes.
each one and
Yes.
save each template.
Yes.
And then Make It Rain
and
will
then be done.
connect
Do it
it.
once and be done.
And then you would put the hashtag. So in other words, let's say you go in and you put your buyer, a new buyer in. Let's say it's a, it's a new buyer. And you put it in and let's do one here.
So Make It Rain generates a lead that's a new buyer. They
It goes
to
into
your
my KV
website,
Core.
goes to your KV Core. They like, then if you can tailor the campaigns and everything is automatic.
Yep.
Make
I'm
It Rain
just seeing
that
the
you're-
whole process of how this.
Yeah, so basically
you're paying for the Make It Rain service.
the
that
Make
they
It
have
Rain, I
on the
paid
website.
max $250 a month. They used to have $100, but it wasn't worth it. So it's, which I don't know, but whatever. I paid $250 last month. My first month was $77. I got confused. I go, am I getting extra charge? And they said, no, that's
Well,
what
was
you get.
it prorated or you were only charged?
No, you're charged by the amount you get, because it was a whole, yeah,
Based off the zip code?
yeah,
Okay.
But
Yeah.
there's a cap.
yeah.
You're saying.
250 is the cap. And so what happens is they're doing their advertising. I'm out showing property. All of a sudden, I get
Like Op City.
like upsetting. So like here, conversion lead.
Right.
You have a new lead, Stephen Cohen. He didn't leave a phone number. He came through Google, and he's in your KV Core.
Mm-hmm.
Great, awesome. So I go in immediately. I go into my KV Core. If you have it set up, I'd at least have a default buyer
Mm-hmm.
set up and have it turned on. So then I go, I do an alert immediately.
Campaign default buyer.
Well, I do
right?
alert immediately,
Uh-huh.
okay? But beforehand, what you're going to want to do is set up that the EXP leads, which is the Make It Rain, that's how it comes in. They told me how it was going to come in. And because I was like, well, what do I care about hashtags? Well, now I know. Because if you do a smart campaign, okay, you can immediately, if you've got, exactly. I mean, I don't even have to put a hashtag in the EXP leads because it's coming in through an EXP ad.
And you group them. Now, you were about to set up a buyer and then a alert or something just now?
Let's see. Let's add.
For example, let's say that we have met and we cross paths with them and they say, I'm looking to buy or sell a home. You now have information. You're going to start a contact, and then do you start a squeeze page for them, or do
No, I
That's
add
a
the
whole
you
contact.
put a search on it? Okay, add the contact, which is what Elena was describing.
Right, she showed you all that.
So then we do that, and then you're going to set them up on an alert.
Right.
Okay.
I'm gonna. I would put them. I would hold off because there's one thing I haven't done. I want to do because I'm going to do a buyer have talked to
Okay, yes.
and a
You
buyer.
know exactly what they're looking for
I-
and then put them on a listing alert, right?
Yeah.
I actually got a new lead for my Detroit guy right now.
Okay.
Want to play with it?
Yeah.
If we want to put him on a search,
Yeah, but then he's going to be on mine.
no, yeah, I would have to log in.
Yeah.
We don't have time for that.
So you would put this like that, put it in, add contact. The other thing I will recommend that you do, because I find that this is 9 times out of 10, I'm like scrolling, I'm like, where did this person, so the first time you talk to them, first time, I'll show you.
You can make notes on that.
You can pin it to the top.
Okay.
So you see it every time you put that person in. So let me find, I think Osnell has a pinned one.
Have you put any, there's past client campaigns, I guess, I need to go in and really.
So do you see this? So this, custom note from April 14th, but notice it's at the top,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Because I've pinned it. So I put wants at least 2-2 West Palm Beach, Royal Palm, Lake Worth. I didn't want to forget that.
Right.
I spoke to him, so you could put, he's got a dog, I've got one that, he's got a dog 60 pounds, you know, so, you know, I can put here, add note, I'm going to add note, referred, how did I do that? Did I do too many? Referred, to Yanni.
So before you do your Make It Rain, you really should have your KV Core set up correctly.
At least have your default buyer
Like,
and
we did
default
that.
seller.
You saw me do that, so
Make sure it's on.
did I turn them all on?
Okay. And then you can, right. But you're going to want to go back in. So then here I can, when I do a note, I could CC the lender. I don't need to CC it, but I want to pin it to the top that I know that this is who is doing the loan. So now this is going to be at the top with this. Okay? See? So if there's something important, you know, because this is going to come up, oh, he's looked at this. That's great. I'm glad today he viewed 5 properties. Awesome. But I need something to jog my memory of who this is, not just the hashtag. Because by now you've probably talked to him a little bit more. So you've got more information and you want to be more personable. You could even, you know, pin your last conversation so you remember what you talked about the last time. Maybe he changed his search, you know? So that's good, but I'm trying to think the autopilot though. This is the thing, you need to go.
Unknown caller.
I actually had to turn off my default buyer because I had the other one. So the default buyer was coming up along when I even put the Make It Rain or the Zillow. So I had to turn that off. So once you have other things going in that says hashtag EXP, see if you see starts when, OpCity tag, if I put hashtag OpCity, old expireds. So in other words, to give you an idea, I had done a bunch of old expireds from 60 days. I did Spokio. My husband did a spreadsheet and put hashtag old expireds. We sent it to KV Core for them to upload it into my KV Core. They did it. Once it went in there, that campaign started. I didn't have to go in and physically go through 200 properties.
And they cross-searched them on Facebook and on whatever they could extrapolate for
After they're in, yeah.
contacting. Once they're in, the engine just kind of takes form, and whatever they can get
Yeah.
on that individual is now put into the automation.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. That actually brings expireds right to life, because a lot of them have a phone number that's not a approved calling number of sorts, and so you want to make sure you're doing it.
And
with,
Spokio is
legal
very cheap.
considerations. Okay, Spokio. And let's do a Spokio note also, Lindsay. Well, I will just say thank you very much, Stacy, during this particular video for walking us through a couple more of our campaign advantages that KV Core is offering us, from the Make It Rain and to setting up, making sure that all our buyer and seller automations are turned on, so then there's an automatic means of people getting contacted when they visit your website that you can put into your Facebook, or you can put it into email bodies that you're sending out to create traffic to your website that then automatically gets them to become part of your campaign.
Well, fortune's in the follow-up, and it's funny because I look at my dashboard all the time because I'm like, oh my god, I forgot about that person. Where have they been?
Right, and so the automation on a personal level, and then
I know
keeping
what they're
in touch
looking
with
at
that
again. I'll be,
is-
oh, you're looking again? Great. When do you want to get together?
Exactly.
So.
Well, fortune is in the follow-up.
memory.